Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another Game of Thrones video reaction. We are in episode 5 guys of season 3, so we're halfway through the third season already. And you guys could probably tell from the previous reaction that season 3 has kicked off for me. The previous episode was the episode that I'm like, okay, it was a good smooth ride till episode 4, and then with that I almost said season finale because that's what it felt like. But with that episode finale, season 3 is really picking up for me. I'm very interested to see if we're going to get some more of Daenerys' arc right away, or if they're going to just let that scene sit with us and kind of let that arc and that part of the story like be for a couple episodes. I don't know. I think that we are probably going to have a Jon Snow focused episode pretty soon here, because the wildlings are ready to go and take over the wall, which I'm really interested in seeing how that pans out. Regarding that part that you guys told me about in the comments that I missed, I did not miss the explanation of Olenna's, am I starting to remember the name guys correctly? Olenna's and Varys' plan. I just didn't make the connection between Marjorie telling Sansa to marry her brother and what they were talking about in the previous scene. So like, I've made that connection now. I feel like if I'm Sansa, this is the best offer I could get. We know that Loris will not be interested in Sansa, maybe in the ways that Sansa would like. It's kind of like unfortunate, but at the same time, like, from the situation that she's in currently, even if the situation has improved a little bit, because now Joffrey is occupied with torturing a different woman who is fine with the torture because she can control it. She can play Joffrey in one hand like this. And Sansa, for the time being, seems to be having the best time of her life out of the days that she had been at King's Landing so far. But the further away she could get from the Lannisters, the better it would be for her. And also, the further away she could get from Snake, it would be the best for her as well. So, like, I hope she takes Marjorie up on that offer. I hope it works. I fear that it won't, because it's Game of Thrones. As always guys, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe for more content, and let's jump right into the reaction. Okay, that was a little bit changed. It seemed like the same location that Daenerys was at, the slave colony place, slave army, but it looked a little bit different in this intro.
Cast your light upon us.
Oh god, here we go with these crazes. Oh god, this is your worst nightmare, Hound. Is he going to have to fight his fears? Is he gonna have to face his fears in this? This was like the best possible power up he could have received for this fight. This is like a Pokemon battle, like fire is super effective against the Hound. I guess I'm rooting for the Hound. Like, I liked the Brotherhood up until they revealed that they've subscribed to this cult. Okay, Arya, relax. What do you know? I guess he wasn't guilty.
Light upon this man, your servant. Bring him back from death and die. His flame has been extinguished. Restore him. Lord. Arya, don't! Bring him back from death.
Arya, what are you doing?
The god likes me more than your butcher's boy.
He will. Today.
What? The fuck? So they respawn? So they can't be killed? is what you're telling me.
Who else says there are crows patrolling on the wall?
There are 19 castles guarding the wall. How many are manned?
3. Castle Black.
Everyone knows Castle Black. Which others?
Do you even know, Snow?
Eastwatch by the sea. And the Shadow Tower. 1,000.
Liar.
What happens to your eagle after I kill you? Does he drift away like a kite with his strings cut?
Oh, Crow.
Just because you want him inside you, don't make him one of us.
I'm not afraid of you.
That was a call out though. Because Ygritte has shifted very quickly on Jon Snow being a crow or not.
I'll shout when you're about to cut your throat. Who vouched for you with Mance? Oh, it seems you owe me a debt.
Give it back!
Oh, I stole it. Who wants it? Come steal it back.
Ygritte!
For some vows. I want you to break them.
Ygritte is thirsty,
I want you
boy.
to see me.
Obligatory Game of Thrones section. But I don't think that like Jon is going to break his vows this easily. Not yet. Okay, he might.
Nothing, Jon Snow.
Or he might not have to. This is what I told Jon the first moment, right?
With your mouth.
In that first scene with Sam.
Is that what lords do to their ladies in the south?
When he said Sam that he didn't want,
I liked it some. Who told you that?
he didn't do anything with that
No one else.
woman,
Only you.
right?
And me.
Because he didn't want to get her pregnant.
You,
As a man,
Same thing you did here just now.
How about you? You were made.
That was the first one. Then there was this then boy. Spoke no common, but gosh, he was built like a man.
Yeah, thanks. Think of that.
I want my gold.
Says it clearly right there on
I
the
ship
note.
it.
You'll be repaid in full when the war's over.
Go in peace, Sandor Clegane. The Lord of
Clegane
Light
and Arya are going to be best friends by the end of the season. If I can make a bold prediction.
Pick him up, Locke.
This dude here is where this dude will reveal his true colors, I bet. One of these
Lost a
episodes.
hand.
No, my lord.
Find suitable rooms for our guests.
You don't fool me anymore.
Lord Bolton,
You look mighty suspicious to me.
is there word from the capital?
You haven't heard. As Baratheon laid siege to King's Landing. And your sister. How can I put this? Is alive and well. Your father's forces prevailed.
This motherfucker.
Wait a bit of pain. I'll scream loudly.
Fuck me.
Baelish. I had hoped we might discuss a few financial.
Olenna and Tyrion, I like this.
To discuss financial matters.
It's the royal wedding.
Lord Beric's armor.
Why?
I'm going to stay on in Smith for the Brotherhood.
Have you lost your mind? And two, we're leaving tomorrow. And then
What? Serve him? I served Master Mott at King's Landing, and he sold me to the Watch.
This is his place. This is where he
you said you were
feels
serving Lord Beric.
free, in a way.
Never
But
had a family.
Arya
I can
can
be your family.
Arya can be your family. I was literally about to say this. Come on, you two. We know this is not going to last. You're going to be together.
Is this a rescue?
I didn't do anything! I'm just destroying the place!
Why did they? Oh, it was the father of the cousin. What was he? Yeah, it was the father of that man that Jaime killed. They wanted to take revenge on the Lannisters.
Vengeance.
You better punish him,
Those
Rob.
boys didn't kill your sons. Your mother had nothing to do with this.
This was your treason.
It's treason to free your enemies. In war, you kill your enemies. Did your father not teach you that, boy?
Leave him.
No good.
He wants to give me a scolding before he sets me free.
No, we can kill you. I think now it's safe to say that we can kill you.
Who lost the North.
You've served your purpose on the plot and with your screen time.
Lord cast out to the dungeon. Hang the rest.
I didn't kill anyone. I only watched for the guards.
This one was only the Watcher. Hang him last so he can watch the others die.
Please, please, no, they made me do it.
You thought you was going to play in Rob's face?
Kneel, my lord.
Look at him, just like his father.
Lord of Carhold.
Kill me and be cursed. You are no king of mine.
You had to do it, Rob, and you remain true to your beliefs.
Sumerian.
Delia, you wanted to refuse your ransom altogether?
I still haven't got the fact that they can rejuvenate. They have multiple lives. That's cheating.
Do I frighten you, child?
No.
Sure.
How many lives do they get?
Right through the chest.
Do they cap off at 7?
Stab in the belly.
Or 9? Like cats?
And that axe in the side.
Then the Lannisters caught me and executed me for treason.
Oh wow. And can you do that for everybody?
I'm a bit less.
Or do they have to like submit to the Lord of Light?
If you get chipped away.
Could you bring back a man without a head? Not 6 times. Just once.
This is what I was thinking,
I don't
alright?
think it works that way, child.
Yeah, I thought so.
I would never wish my life upon him.
I would. You're alive.
Poor Arya, man.
Away my sins.
Who are you?
Me serve you.
New character.
Yes, of course.
Can she birth demon babies too?
I've broken a sacred vow. I've sinned.
No.
I have shamed you.
You're doing God's work.
Don't understand.
Is this his wife?
Melisandre.
I know, Stannis. The Lady Melisandre has told me everything. No act done in service of the Lord of Light can ever be a sin.
That's crazy.
My sweet boy.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
God gave you a son. I gave you nothing.
That's not true.
You must keep away from such distractions.
She's my daughter.
What type of fucked up relationship is this? What are these jars of pickled babies? What are they? Are they dead?
Birds have scales, and the fish take wing. I know.
My poor child. Imagine living like in this family. Oh god. What happened to your face? Is it burned?
No.
Isn't from the capital.
What is his relationship with his daughter?
Why not? He's my friend. Look.
Seems like he likes her. Obviously he wanted sons when he brought the onions for them. Is that the talk that you had with your daughter? Okay. Yeah, he's not too fond of her. At least from this one scene that we just saw. And is she like living at like a chamber? Are these two going to be like a thing?
Don't worry, I'm not interested.
There's a good like
If I faint, pull me out.
7 meters of distance between you. You'll be alright.
Died in a bathtub. No wonder Renly died with you guarding it.
was unworthy. Forgive me. You protected me better than most.
Don't you mock me?
I'm apologizing. Let's call a truce.
You need trust to have a truce.
Exactly.
I trust you.
No, she doesn't trust you, my guy. It's you either,
That's the
so...
look. Seen it for 17 years and face after face. You all despise me. Kingslayer. Oathbreaker. Man without honor. Burned lords he didn't like, he burned hands who disobeyed him, he burned anyone who was against him. Long half the country was against him.
He killed half the country.
So he had his pyromancer place caches of wildfire.
She literally did, that's crazy.
Baratheon marched from the council after his victory at the Trident. But my father ran first to defend the city against the rebels. I knew my father better than that. Told the Mad King as much. I urged him to surrender peacefully.
Did you?
But the king didn't listen to me. Maester Pycelle.
Horrible mistake in judgment.
He told me to bring him my father's head. Then he turned to his pyromancer. Burn them all, he said. Commanded you to kill your own father and stand by while thousands of men, women and children burned alive. Would you have done it?
This all seems like the truth that he's recalling right
First,
now.
I drove my sword into his back. Them all, he kept saying. Burn them all. I don't think he expected to die. He burned with the rest of us and rise again. Born as a dragon, turn his enemies to ash. I slit his throat to make sure that didn't happen. That's where Ned Stark found me.
If this is true, why didn't you tell anyone?
Right?
Think the honorable Ned Stark wanted to hear my side. I want right. Does the wolf judge the lion? I want right.
The Kingslayer!
Jaime. My name's Jaime.
Fantastic scene. Where do we begin with this? For starters, I personally believed that Jaime liked the Kingslayer title. When he was discussing with his father, he did tell his father that he hated the title in that scene, if I remember correctly. I personally didn't believe it. I thought he felt like he had to say that, because if he didn't, I don't know, it would make him seem like very dishonorable. But I felt like from what we had gotten from Jaime up until that period in the show, he would have been the person who would have latched on to that title, basically because it sounded like a title that would make people fear him, in a way amplified his battle prowess and like his abilities. I mean, you're a Kingslayer, you've slayed the king, right? The Mad King, one of the most ruthless, like most powerful kings. But to start with that, in this scene, he really because I can't take what he said as anything other than true, because of the way that this scene was portrayed, because of the way that Jaime's character has broken down in these last couple of episodes. It really does feel like he has reached rock bottom in a way for him. But in this scene, first of all, he really made us know and made us understand that he hated the Kingslayer title. And I'm surprised that he cared, to be honest. But from what he told us, at least, from what we could understand from this scene, he felt like everybody, like he said, that there goes that look. Everybody looked at him as the villain, as a man without honor, as a backstabber, literally, as someone that they cannot trust. Which, in all fairness, from what we've seen of the show so far, he's not a man that we can trust. Jaime, he isn't. But clearly, that opinion that people had of him bothers Jaime a lot, to a great degree. Then you have his perspective, at least his backstory of what happened. And again, it would be easy to like look past it as, oh, that's just the story that you have for what happened to make you look better. But I believe that what he was saying is actually what happened, the events that took place. I liked how he explained that backstory with the burn them all, which is something that we had heard in the first season even, going back to when Jaime and Ned had that conversation at the throne room. You can't really blame Jaime in that situation, right? If that scene was transpiring in the show, and if the show, like, there was a prequel leading up to the murder of the Mad King, Jaime would have been looked at as the good guy in the story, right? In the way that he explained it, at least. If we were watching a show and we saw those scenes being depicted, we would have cheered when Jaime did what he did to the Mad King. To be honest, for me, Jaime murdering the Mad King, after what I had heard of his reign, right, in his last days when he got murdered, I really didn't, like, that didn't really make Jaime be any worse of a character. My issue with Jaime was the obvious reason. He pushed a little kid off a tower and wanted to kill him. He's pretty psychotic in some instances. As long as it benefits him, he doesn't care what happens to whom. You know, those are all the reasons that I personally dislike Jaime. But not because he killed the Mad King. I could understand him murdering the Mad King. I could understand that situation, why he would do that from earlier in the show. I didn't really need this backstory, but it definitely adds much more perspective to us as viewers. I don't know if we're going to hear some more variations of what actually happened in the future, but I believe the events as Jaime explained them here, as well as what he said about Ned. I can also believe that. Like, from what we know of Ned, I doubt he would have been open to Jaime's explanation. Or I don't know, maybe he would have, because at the end of the day they did rebel against his reign, right? And the Mad King did murder Ned's family. I don't know. That part, maybe it's a little bit of prejudice by the Lannister towards Starks, I guess. Because he even said it, like, how could the wolf judge the lion, or something of that effect, right? So they definitely look down upon the Starks. Maybe in reality, Jaime and Ned, if Jaime had put his ego and craziness aside, could have, like, coexisted together. This is what I wanted to say as well. I really enjoyed Jaime's character this season. I really enjoy the directions they went with him. I really enjoy, obviously the actor's performance has been amazing, but I really enjoy where his character has gone. I really do. They really have humanized Jaime's character. They really have made us get to know him and, like, even, like, come to his side and understand him a little bit without it being, like, in a silly way, without it feeling forced. They've done a fantastic job with Jaime's arc. And I do believe that we are nearing his death, unfortunately. Because I already said this, much like they did with Ned. When shows have broken characters down to such degrees, not always, obviously. There are a lot of characters that we've seen have big falls and then they rise up again. But, like, a lot of times they are nearing their end when they have been brutalized in the way that Jaime has, and they have broken down in the way Jaime has. So I do believe that it's possible that Jaime Lannister dies this season. If that's the case, it will be a shame because he's such a great character in the show, and especially how his arc has progressed, especially in this third season. I really wanted to touch on Jaime's character a little bit. But yeah, let's go. Let's continue the show, guys.
If your father knew... You're a traitor. Are you?
I am, child.
At least they haven't killed you yet.
My king, your father, no. I'm paying the price.
I don't care. You're my friend. Dragons.
Are these scales on your face?
You know that. And the Targaryens built this castle.
Thank you, my lady. I'm sure it's a fine book.
She can read it to you.
You can't? Did you? I'll come with
Please do this.
It's easy. It'll be fun. Lock us in cells.
That's so sweet. Oh, my heart. I just met this girl, and I fear for what possibly can happen to her.
Together like that. It sounds like egg.
More characters that I'm going to be worrying, but at least we get to see some more of our queen.
The war is over. I want to know what it's like to serve with pride. To fight for someone I believe in.
Like Dany.
You believe in her?
Why wouldn't you? You saw her. Zora, you better not betray her. New character unlocked. Grey Worm? So they don't have names.
All Unsullied boys are giving you names when they're cut.
Name them all again. Rename them now.
Thank
you.
Same broji beri. Shibroji es bezo senestas kimbroto. Quinile shibroji melezesco mazedas terrari vabustar. Itorco nodo saji broji. Espezi ejitovi. Daenerys germasmo. Jiteptas.
Great writing. Great writing.
I imagine I would too. Hours spent jabbering about backstabbings and betrayals the world over.
Zora, you better not betray somebody in this show
She wants to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
anymore.
She'll have good men around her to advise her. Men with experience. Of course, we go home.
Oh, of course. Forgive me, Sir Barristan, but I was busy defending the Khaleesi against King Robert's assassins while you were still bowing to the man. You only joined us a few days ago. I can't speak to your intentions.
We really can't truly speak to your intentions either, Zora. Look at me, I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody, this is crazy. Zora has been with Khaleesi for 3 seasons now, and helping her. I still distrust the man.
Tywin Lannister knows what he needs to do to make us unravel. Nothing.
Damn.
Only wait.
Damn.
We're here. King's Landing.
What is it?
He figured out a battle tactic.
Attack them where they're strongest, but I can attack them where they're not.
These pawns that they're using are so cool.
I'm going to take their home away from them.
Will that work though, Rob?
Splendid fighter.
See you spar with a proper partner, sir.
New love interest for right away. Didn't even need to speculate.
How did you know? Didn't take long. Oh, it took long enough.
What?
Seems our Knight of Flowers is engaged to be wed.
Is he? And who's the lucky girl?
She may not be the grandest jib in the world, or the fastest.
This is horrible.
Mine.
You've been so kind, I'd feel terrible if anything happened.
She already told you that you're a bad liar.
I can't tell you how touched I am by your concern for my welfare.
This is a battle that Sansa can't win.
Sansa, your true friend.
I do, Lord Baelish.
Peter.
Peter.
If you wish to stay,
Snake.
then of course you'll stay.
We can't trust you.
Our business concerns her.
Ooh, that's a good trio. I'm always in for some more Lannister family affairs.
One conversation.
Not the ones that we don't want to see, obviously.
I've saved something important to discuss. A master of coins. Saving money is important. Stop that. You're making me uncomfortable.
Your sister has learned that your new friends, the Tyrells,
Missing some of Loris's favorite bits, but I'm sure they'll make do.
Your jokes are not appreciated.
Wasn't my best, but I thought.
I bring them into the world. This is how they repaint. The Karstarks have marched home. The young wolf has lost half his army.
How do you know this?
Theon Greyjoy murdered both his brothers.
How do you know all this?
Stark, the heir to
How do you know all this? Who is informing you?
About to hand her over
Who is informing you?
How do we do that?
We find Sansa Stark a different husband.
Wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Not Tyrion. Not Tyrion.
I can, and I do.
Joffrey, I mean, you give her to me? That's cruel. Even for you.
You intend on mistreating her? The girl's happiness is not my concern, nor should it be yours.
She's a child.
She's flowered, I assure you. She and I have discussed it at length.
There, you see? You will wed her, bed her, and put a child in her.
You should be thanking the gods for this. This is more than you deserve.
Tyrion will do as he's bid. As will you.
What do you mean?
You'll marry Sir Loras.
That's what you get, bitch. Where did that big smile go?
You're still fertile, you need to marry again and breed.
I am Queen Regent, not some brood mare.
You're my daughter!
You thought this was funny? You thought this was a joke?
Father, don't make me do it again, please.
Not another word.
I don't feel sorry for you, Cersei. I'm sorry, I don't.
You disgraced the Lannister name for far too long.
I thought you was laughing. What happened? Where's the smile? Where's the laugh?
It's always summer under the sea. I know. Oh, oh, oh. The birds have scales.
The birds have scales? The fish take wing. So she does have, these are scales on your face, right? The shadows come to dance. Are these the demons? Terrifying. Okay, so that ending was both satisfying for the way that he did Cersei, but also like wedding Sansa to Tyrion, in a way, better than anything Sansa. Well, no, her being married to Loras and leaving King's Landing and going and leaving the Lannister family, that's the best option for her. We can trust Tyrion in regards to her well-being. We cannot trust the rest of the family. This is the problem. And then there's Shay. I hope Shay can understand. I know that this deal is not going to go through, so like, I'm not really worried about that. I don't believe that we're going to be seeing Sansa and Tyrion married together. I don't, although this show could surprise me. I hope Shay can understand. I hope Sansa can understand that once she's married to Tyrion, if she ever got to that point, that Tyrion would probably want no business to do with her. I hope. I'm going to start with Stannis and his daughter and his wife, the new characters that we found out about in this middle half of the first season. So, his daughter, he apparently has locked away in like a dungeon somewhere. She has like a room where she reads apparently and sings little creepy songs. See, the half of her face is scaled, right? At first I thought it was burned because Lord of Light kind of makes sense. It looks like she has scales on one part of her face. And in the song that she was singing, she mentioned scaled something. Birds with scales, right? So like, is this some type of other creature that we're going to find out outside of like dragons? I thought of mermaids. I thought of sirens. Depending on what mythology you're reading, they have different variations. They could have scales, right? So those are some creatures that I thought of, honestly. I thought of her being connected to like dragons or something, but like, why would she? Why does the kid have scales, guys? But her connection with Sir Davos is the sweetest thing. and she seemed really sweet. And I don't like the way that they were talking about her, like she's like just not important since she's not a boy. What were those kids inside those glass thingies? That image was terrifying. They kinda look like the demon children, except like contained before they come out. I don't know. It was very weird imagery. Stannis is living a pretty crazy life. His home life is maybe even crazier than his work life. Apparently the Lord of Light, I assume it's the Lord of Light, can bring back the dead. So is that maybe connected to Stannis' daughter? Because he did say that you kind of lose a part of you every time that you die and you come back. Could that have any relation to his daughter having scales or something? I don't know. Just trying to like figure things out, I guess, a little bit too early here. It was interesting seeing Arya's reaction to the Hound, how bloodthirsty she was at that moment. Like, she's really not joking about the list that she has in her head. At this point, she's not powerful enough to do anything herself about it. Maybe in a couple of seasons, like those names should really be worried about Arya going around and like just taking them out one by one. I did say that's what I hoped would happen to certain of these characters. I don't think her and the Hound, like I said, I think her and the Hound will eventually like make peace and like even become like besties in the show. I do have this sort of feeling, but that will be interesting to see where that goes. We did get a little bit more of Jon Snow. They're really giving us little bits and pieces of Jon Snow in this season. I expected a lot more of Jon Snow, to be honest, ever since he joined the Wildlings. But we did get this scene with Ygritte, finally getting hers. Did what happened break his vows in a way? Or does it need to be like insertion for it to count? Because I thought that's what Jon Snow was doing in that moment. Kind of like playing both sides. He said, I can please her in other ways. I don't have to like break my vows. But did he still break them? Like, I don't know, like that's what I need you guys to like explain in the comments if it's something that is known. Is Jon Snow still valid? But I wish they showed us a little bit more of Jon Snow's story just in general. I'm certain at some point they're going to like really focus on it. Towards the finale of the season probably. I'm guessing that might be like the final episodes, just like we got the Siege last season. That's what we get, like the attempted attack at the wall probably is the finale of this season, which will be very interesting. So we got that, we got the little bit of Daenerys and mainly Ser Jorah and what was the other guy's name? I'm forgetting, but the great like swordsman. We saw it a little bit in a smaller scale previously with like the two girls trying like battling for to be Daenerys' number one. All the while Jorah was always Daenerys' number one. Those two bitches had no idea. But like now Jorah is sensing some more competition with the new guy and like he's trying to like tell him know your place. But then, as I said, I don't know if we can trust Jorah. That's the thing. I don't know if we can trust a lot of people. How was Tywin getting that information? I'm jumping all over the place. How was Tywin getting the information like exactly? Like, I mean, I'm guessing at some point somehow it would get back to him. But like, is that girl sending Tywin Rob's battle plans and like situation? Or was it the other dude, the bald dude that had Jaime? I feel like it's going to be some grand like reveal and Jorah is going to try and betray Daenerys and we're gonna have to punch the screen out of anger. I feel like it's coming. I don't know what it is. It's just something about Jorah's face. What else? I did talk about Jaime at great length. I don't think that I need to touch on it again. I think I've explained everything about how I feel about Jaime and that scene, which was brilliant, great scene, one of those great Game of Thrones scenes. There's the Snake's spy that is like courting Ser Loras, and that's not good because he has an insight now on what the Tyrells are going to be planning, and that is not good. There's so many people like trying to get Sansa right now. This is not the Game of Thrones anymore. This is the game for Sansa's heart. This is the rush for Sansa at this point. You have both the Lannisters, Tyrells, and Snakes trying to get Sansa on their side. Very interesting. And we also have the attempt that Robb will make at Castle Rock. And he needs the help of the Fae. No, it's not the Fae. No, it's the Fae. How were they called? How was that, like, family called? What was this lord's name again? That creepy dude with the 100,000 bastard sons and daughters. That dude, Lord Fae. Lord Frey. Was it Frey? And he's gonna need his support. But he is wed to the traitor spy girl. So, like, how is that gonna work? But yeah, yet another really good episode. Things are getting more and more interesting, guys. We got introduced to some new characters, and the plot is thickening. We're at the halfway mark of the third season, so I'm expecting, as we gear towards the finale again, things are going to get really crazy, and I don't know if I'm ready. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one.